Ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding.
Good morning. I'd like to welcome you all here as we come together today to reflect on the journey of life, and in particular the life of Beverley Dawn Hocken, known as Bev. This service is a celebration of a long life lived very well. It precedes a private cremation. My name is Wendy Rutchins and I'm a celebrant, and I'm glad to lead the service today on behalf of Hanley's Funeral Services and Bev's family. I'd like to welcome the folk who have joined this service by live stream. It's wonderful that you can be part of this tribute. The author L.R. Nost didn't mention golf, but she could certainly have been describing the game of golf or the journey of life when she wrote, "It is amazing, and then it's awful, and then it's amazing again, and in between the amazing and the awful, it's ordinary and mundane and routine. Breathe in the amazing, hold on through the awful, and relax and exhale during the ordinary. That's just living. Heartbreaking, amazing, awful, ordinary life. And it's breathtakingly beautiful." These words so succinctly sum up the golfing experience, but also the living experience for many of us. Bev's golfing experiences and her life was comprehensive, full of highs and lows, just as it is for all of us. Although the loss that we're grappling with today is sad, much of Bev's life was just as Nost described: amazing, awful, ordinary, mundane, routine, heartbreaking, and beautiful. Bev lived a long life. She would have seen so many changes over the span of her 92 years. Many monarchs were in attendance during her lifetime. King George IV, King Edward VIII, King George V, and finally Queen Elizabeth II. Bev would have seen World War II, a polio pandemic, a COVID pandemic, the Great Depression, a man on the moon, and the surge in technology such as computers, mobile phones and robots. Most aspects of life as we know it now has changed enormously over the 92 years that Bev lived. Bev's early life and her interest in sport, and in particular golf, probably helped her learn those important life lessons described by Mr. Hum. He says golf teaches you how to get the right grip on life, how to slow down in your backswing, how to correct your crazy hooks and slices, how to keep your head down in humility, and how to follow through in self-control. It also teaches you how to be a good sport and accept the rub of the green, and the penalty for being out of bounds, and the reality of lost golf balls, and the relevancy of par, the dangers of the 19th hole, and the authority of the rule book. Valuable life lessons indeed. Many factors would have come together to produce the qualities that Bev displayed, such as strength, resilience, independence, and selflessness. She was a hard worker, salt of the earth, one who was loyal and loved fiercely both her family and her beloved dogs. We're going to hear more about Bev's story. I'd like to call on Kate, please, and Laura. They come forward.
I've done some public speaking, but I've got to tell you, this is the toughest gig I've done. Mama, Mama Bear, Nana, Nancy, Beverley, Bevy. She was our mother, grandmother, sister, friend, and we all remember her in our unique ways. Whilst we will all have our own different perspectives and memories, there are certain traits that will have been clear to all of us, and that is her love, her kindness, her passion, and her independence. She was at times outspoken. She could be stubborn, bad-tempered, but she was a strong woman with strong morals and an unwavering loyalty. Our mother dedicated her life to her family. We were her whole life. And I would like to talk to you today about the legacy of this amazing woman, known affectionately as the matriarch. Whilst I was thinking about what to write in this eulogy, I started structuring and writing plans, but then I stopped. I don't want this to be some academic literary masterpiece. I want this speech to come from the heart, from her children whose hearts are broken. Although I might speak in the first person, please know that I speak on behalf of my brothers today as well. I feel very privileged to have spent the last month or so with Mum. We had lots of talks, tears, hugs and laughter during this time. I think it would be fair to say that I learnt more about her during this time than I have in a lifetime. She showed me a vulnerability that was rare to see. She was so incredibly brave, selfless and strong. Right to the end, her only thought was us, her family and friends. She was stoic and determined to go out the way she lived, her way. She arranged everything before she passed, her estate, her funeral, her death. I was told in her strong, resolute voice what I couldn't say in this eulogy. I was told what to wear. She wanted her last days to be a celebration, a happy time. I was banned from wearing black. The day she was diagnosed with terminal cancer, she asked me to bring a funny movie into the hospital. We curled up together in her bed and spent about 2 hours cacking ourselves laughing. The movie, Death at a Funeral. When the nurse asked us what we were watching and when Mum told her, she gave me a look of disapproval. I could see the, "You know your mother is dying" look on her face. Mum's response to this look, "Okay, inappropriate title, but it's very funny. You should watch it, but make sure you watch the British version." That was her, positive to the end. Mum had a pretty rough start to life. Her mother died when she was 3. She was separated from her father for the next 9 years. During this time, she learned that vulnerability was bad. She spoke to me about this time, telling me through tears that she never had anyone to hug her, to tuck her in at night, or to love her. She said she vowed to herself at that very early age that she would ensure that her children grew up knowing their mother's love and affection. Mama Beth, thank you. I know I speak for my brothers as well when I say that no one could have asked for a more beautiful, loving parent than you. What did she teach us? What did we learn from this amazingly strong woman? We learned that it was okay to be vulnerable, despite the fact that she rarely showed it herself. We learnt to be kind, independent, loyal and moralistic. We learnt that we were enough. More importantly, she taught us in the past month that true love is completely selfless. True love is caring as much for your loved ones as for yourself. Whilst Mum was determined to die her way, and while she never wavered on this, her total focus was on those she was leaving behind. The message this sent to us was that a truly caring, loving, respectful, strong person knows their own needs, stands up for those needs, but at the same time cares as much or more for those that they love. Our mother never truly recovered from our father's death. He was her best friend and the love of her life. Our father was unique for his time too. Together they taught us that a marriage, a partnership, a union is about working together, about give and take, or whatever, as Nana would say, about mutual respect and support. We have memories of our father cooking, doing housework, whilst Mum played golf. Mum and Dad had their own separate interests. They were both independent, strong people in their own rights, but together they were a formidable pair. My favourite story is one my mother told me years ago. She used to work in the haberdashery department at Adair's in Camberwell. Dad used to come in regularly to buy buttons, not because he had an interest in tailoring or dressmaking, because it took him that much time to pluck up the courage to ask her out. Our father used to race motorbikes, and apparently for their first date, Dad turned up on his motorbike, complete with side cart. Our grandfather, who also used to race motorbikes, instantly loved him. Their story was a true love story. Mum said to me last week, "What if no one turns up to my funeral?" My response, laughter. She had no idea how loved she was. All of you here today are testament to that love. I know this is live streamed, so at this point I'd like to send big hugs to those that couldn't attend. Josh, Beck, Matilda, you're here in spirit. She loved you guys so much, and Josh, she often spoke about her FaceTimes with you and little Matilda. I have so many childhood memories of fun days and nights with family and friends. Mum was one of 7 children. She was also very close to her sisters and brothers. And as a result, us cousins all grew up almost as one family. How fun were our days at Croydon swimming until we were dragged out for a meal or bed. Family Christmases at Nanorg. Auntie Errol, you're the last one standing. So I guess you are now Mama Bear to the whole clan. Such great memories. I also remember early days at Wanturna South with Mum and Dad playing tennis at our house with the Robertses and Dalamadas, camping at Rosebud. Many, many days and nights with the Hoth family. Friends that now carry on to the next generation. Once we moved to Maffra, I remember Mum telling me how her father disapproved. Apparently he couldn't cope with the thought of his beloved daughter running and living in a hotel. Ladies did not frequent hotels. Well, Pop, they do. Mum was hardworking, but she was always a true lady. I'm missing a bit. Mum spent 50 wonderful years in Maffra. In true Bev style, there were many social events with the Warries and the Pentlands. Merle, our mother's dear, dear friend, wherever you are, I haven't got my glasses on. My heart goes out to you. You've lost so much in the past little while. Please know that Mum was blessed to have you as her bestie, and I'm blessed to have you as my second mum. At this point, I cannot go any further without making mention of Mum's dear sister, Fairley. Auntie passed away not too long ago during the pandemic, and it wasn't possible for her family to hold a funeral, so please hold Auntie in your hearts today. Mama Bear, you are truly a remarkable woman, and we feel so very blessed to have had you for 92 years. We take from you a legacy of strength, resilience, love, and beautiful values that we will all endeavour to live up to. You leave behind a clan that adore you. I speak for myself and my brothers, but would now like to pass you on to Laura, the only granddaughter, who will speak to you on behalf of Mum's many grandchildren. We love you, Mama. Give Dad a big hug and party hard with my sisters.
The matriarch, our Nancy, grandmother to Lee, Chris, Sam, Josh, Dan, myself, Jack and Charlie. Nana was always immaculately dressed and always so very well spoken. She had a tough exterior, but she was a massive softie underneath. She was brutally honest and blunt, but protecting and loving of her family. Nana was a strong and fiercely independent woman who did things her way right up until the very end. And although she may not have said it often or at all of us grandkids know how proud she was of us and how much she loved each and every one of us. Nana loved her family. She especially loved seeing her great-grandchildren growing up. It's the little things I remember fondly. The family holidays at Trura Beach, being Nana's caddy when she was playing golf, the time Nana and Pop decided to be ostrich farmers, Nana and her card-playing crew, and raiding the cookie stash at the pantry at the Boysdale Street house. I'm sure everyone here has memories much like mine. They're good memories and something we'll always have to cherish. It hit me how incredibly lucky we all are as grandchildren to have had our Nancy in our lives for as long as we did. Nana, I hope I can live a life half as full as what you lived. I hope that I've inherited your strength and independence, and I hope I too will be surrounded by loving family and friends, as you were your whole life. I will miss you and love you always. We all will.
Thanks very much, Laura and Kate. Well done. These words by an unknown author have been chosen to better express the influence Bev's had on the one she loved. My mother kept a garden. My mother kept a garden of the heart. She planted all the good things that gave my life its start. She turned me to the sunshine and encouraged me to dream, fostering and nurturing the seeds of self-esteem. And when the winds and rains came, she protected me enough, but not too much. She knew I'd need to stand up strong and tough. Her constant good example always taught me right from wrong, markers for my pathway to last my whole life long. I am my mother's garden, I am her legacy, and I hope today she feels the love reflected back from me. I'm going to pause now for a quiet reflection while we watch a photo presentation put together by the family.
And now the end is near, and so I face the final curtain. My friend, I'll say it clear, I'll state my case, of which I'm certain. I've lived a life that's full. I traveled each and every highway, and more, much more than this, I did it my way. Regrets, I've had a few, but then again, too few to mention. I did what I had to do, saw it through without exemption. I planned each charted course, each careful step along the byway, and more, much more than this, I did it my way. Yes, there were times, I'm sure you knew, when I bit off more than I could chew. But through it all, when there was doubt, I ate it up and spit it out. I faced it all, and I stood tall, and did it my way. I've loved, I've laughed and cried, I've had my fill, my share of losing, and now, as tears subside, I find it all so amusing to think I did all that, and may I say, not in a shy way, oh no, not me. I did it my way. For what is a man? What has he got if not himself?
Thanks very much to the family for putting together that lovely presentation. The family have asked me please to thank you all for coming today. They're very grateful for your support. Particular thanks to Josh and Beck and little Matilda. The family are glad you're watching this service and sorry you can't be here today. Very many thanks to Merle, Bev's lifelong friend, for your friendship and support over so very many years. Thanks to Dr. Ben O'Leary. Your care of Bev was remarkable and the family are very grateful. Thanks also to the palliative care team and all the other staff at Leongatha Hospital. Your care of Bev made a very big difference to her quality of life right to the end. Finally, Dr. Cassie Zhu, who freely gave outstanding care and comfort to Bev and to the family. Many thanks. While there's a sense of sadness in Bev leaving us, there's also a sense of her life's worth and her achievements. Remember her for her selflessness. Remember her for her loyalty. Remember her for her friendliness. Remember her for her resilience. Remember her for her strong work ethic. Remember her for her love of her family. These words remind us to keep her in our thoughts and minds. Moving on by Charles Henry Brent, Bishop of Washington. You can shed tears that she's gone, or you can smile because she lived. You can close your eyes and pray she'll come back, or you can open your eyes and see all that she's left you. Your heart could be empty because you can't see her, or you can be full of the love that you've shared. You can turn your back on tomorrow and live yesterday, or you can be happy for tomorrow because of yesterday. You can remember her and only that she's gone, or you can cherish her memory and let it live on. You can cry and close your mind, be empty and turn your back, or you can do what she would want. Smile, open your eyes, love, and go on. Cherish each day you have. Make the most of all your opportunities as the life journey draws to a close more quickly than we can imagine. Your lives are richer for having known Bev, and echoes of her spirit, her laughter and her love will remain in your lives through your memories. We understand that she had lived a long life, one surrounded by family and friends, in the district where she was a valued member. As we draw to the end of this service, let us be comforted and trusting that a human life is full of meaning and purpose. We now reverently and respectfully send Beverley Dawn Hocken to her final journey. May she rest in eternal peace. Thank you.
I wait in the shadows, I count the hours till I can sleep. I dreamed a dream, Cosette stood by, it made her weep to know I died. I learned at the end of the day, upon this wedding night I pray, take these children, my Lord, to thy embrace, and show them grace. 19.
Monsieur, lay down your burden.
At the end of my days,
You raise my child with love.
she's the best of my
And
life.
you will be with God.
Papa, I do not understand. Are you all right? They said you'd gone away.
Cosette, my child, am I forgiven now? Thank God, I've lived to see this day.
It's you who must forgive a thoughtless fool. It's you who must forgive a thankless man. It's thanks to you that I am living. And again I lay down my life at your feet. Cosette, your father is a saint. When they wounded me, he took me from the barricade, carried like a babe, and brought me home to you.
How you are here again beside me. Now I can